up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. Shout out to all the new subscribers and new followers. Welcome aboard. Thank you for being Just Sayers. And this week, I just have to dive in. It's a pretty heavy week. And this week, I had to have something sweet come to the podcast. And so I was like, you know what? Let's bring this angel on. You've seen her on The Daily Show. She's a fantastic comedian and friend. Please welcome Dulcé Sloan. Yay! I'm so glad you're here.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friend.
We did it.
Well, I'm so happy you're here. I'm sorry it's muggy as hell.
I don't care. I'm from the South.
I know. See, I am from the South as well, but
It truly doesn't bother me. Also, I live in the Valley. It's just hot.
It's hot. It's hot and muggy. It feels like we live on the Gulf Coast right now.
And my skin's going to look amazing.
Oh, bitch. She is glistening.
Come on.
Death drop.
Listen, dip.
Dip. I stand corrected. Dip.
Mm-hmm. Because it's... Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I'm not ready for the pumpkin spice yet. It's here. It is also 95 degrees.
I already saw it sold out at...
No.
Where was I at?
It's not. I'm not
Target.
ready. No.
I was at Target yesterday in Burbank, and it was already... I'm talking about... You'd have thought a storm was coming.
Of course.
Bear.
Well,
Bear.
Gone.
It's interesting. My mom's allergic to pumpkin.
How do you know that?
Because she, we used to live with some Nigerians, and the lady was cooking. And then my mother had a reaction to it. She ended up going to the hospital. But Black people don't eat it. So I think for most of her life, she never ate it because we don't eat it. And then she got tricked one time because she got a patty pie. So she got one of those, I don't know if it was a patty pie or another one. She got a sweet potato pie from a store, and they put pumpkin in it as filler.
And she blew up?
And she ended up going to the doctor again. One time I almost fucked her up because I was making like a green mole with chicken.
Ooh.
And it's made up with pepitas, and pepitas are pumpkin seeds.
Pepitas are pumpkin seeds.
And so I cooked it, everything. My mother's getting ready to sit down and eat. And she was like, and she just looked at me, she's like, wait a minute. Is this pumpkin? And I was
Tricked.
No. And I like knock it out of her hand. And I was like, oh, you can't eat this entire meal. It was so funny. She just had this moment where she was like, shit, is this pumpkin? And I was like, why would this be? She said, well, what are pepitas? And I was like, fuck, they're pumpkin seeds. Ah!
Just poisoning your mom.
I was not intending to.
That's so crazy. Did you know that Calabasas means pumpkins in Spanish? Mm-hmm. I had no idea. So everyone's like, oh, I live in Calabasas. I'm like, you live in pumpkins?
Yep.
Good for you. Good for you, Cinderella.
And then it's just all these places. It's like Santa Barbara. It's just...
Which means Saint Barbara.
Yep. Saint Monica, all of these other places.
But pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
Why?
I
don't know. But it makes sense that the Kardashians live in pumpkins.
Does it?
I mean, they got them in their butt.
I know we want to hate them. I don't have the time.
I don't either. The world is on fire, which I was just like, you know what?
It's been on fire the whole time, but it's just like, like when she shot for American Horror Story.
Girl, can we talk about that trailer? Did you see it?
I saw a little bit of her, and then...
That's all you need.
Honestly, once they started getting to what it was about, I cut it off. I truly don't care. Also, I don't like scary shit.
It's not scary.
Oh, I don't know. But it was like, once it's like, I have really tried my best to mitigate the amount of white people I see on TV.
Same.
I'm not interested. I can't. I don't care.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's so many things. It's like, well, did you watch? No.
Mm-hmm.
But did you? No. Mm-mm. Is there any? No. Listen, most of my day consists of British murder mysteries.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. I don't like true crime.
Oh, really? I don't either.
One, it's always a dead white lady, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and it's unsolved. Moving on.
Listen.
It was her husband? Great.
It's always her fucking husband. I'm out here trying to get one. He won't get me. I know how to swim. Like, you gonna throw me off a boat. Bitch, I'm boring as fuck. You think the ocean's gonna take me out? We got an agreement. Land is gonna take me to land.
Land.
I don't know this bitch.
But the sea.
Oh,
the sea.
El mar. We cool. Nonsense. But yeah.
We cast the wrong girl as the Little Mermaid, everyone.
They got the right one. They got the right one. She was trying to be part of your world, and I was trying to be... I would have wanted to be Ursula. Also, can we talk about how bad her makeup was?
Oh, yes. This is the podcast to do that. It was terrible.
What the fuck?
Melissa McCarthy's makeup as Ursula was awful. And she knew it, too.
What happened?
Well, I think...
This was Disney.
I know. And was it a gay man who did the makeup?
It was giving straight.
It was giving straight.
It was giving straight.
It was giving straight squid.
So, like...
Octopus, sorry. I don't want to offend the octopi community.
The cephalopod community.
Yes.
I guess my question was... Because I remember, like, seeing it, like, I don't know where this clip came from. She's just in the makeup chair. She sees herself. You see her go...
Like one eyebrow's here, the other one's here.
I mean, I've joked around and done better Ursula makeup than what they put on that woman.
I mean, literally, she's looking in the mirror and it could have been a meme that said "poor unfortunate soul." You know?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But like y'all spent a whole. I don't understand. How's the cartoon look better? What my favorite part was is when people were talking about it was racist that they cast Melissa McCarthy because Ursula is a person of color, and I laughed for a day and a half.
Because she's purple?
Yeah.
The purple community was outraged. Grimace was pissed.
Mad.
So mad.
Barney,
don't get me started. So a lot going on, and I'm glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I live here now. I'm very excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
My family's coming. So next weekend, I'm flying to Friday. I'm flying to Atlanta.
Okay.
And then we're driving. My mom and my brother and my cat and my mama's dog.
Driving where?
Driving from Atlanta to here.
Woo! That's what, 3-4 days?
32 hours.
Ugh, too long. Too long.
You're also talking about, but I remember as a kid, my mother grew up in Miami and I grew up in Miami and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom sometimes would just be like, I'm going home. And we would just, Atlanta to Miami is a 12-hour trip. And I've seen her do it in a night.
That would be a fun car ride, I would think.
That's why after 2 hours, if I'm in a car, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
As naturally.
Let's start with some topics for the week.
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer's in the news, I know. So the U.S. Open was over the weekend. Are you a big tennis fan?
I've heard of it.
Okay, fair.
But I did see a little the girl that won, I could not remember her. What's her name?
I don't watch tennis.
But I do know, I can't remember, is it Coco, something like that?
Yes, Coco, yes. I remember that.
She's a little black girl from Atlanta, won the U.S. Open.
Mm-hmm.
So we out here. Stop letting us do your sports.
Yeah, there's Coco Gauff beats Arena. What's her name? Arena Sabalenka.
Who cares? She lost.
I know she lost.
Coco Gauff, black girl from Atlanta. We did it again. Stop letting niggas do your sports.
But it was kind of funny though because over the weekend, had all these celebrities. They had Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet, who are now a couple, which is weird, and then Laverne Cox was sitting in front of them, and she's just like.
Wait, Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet?
Yeah.
But wait, what happened to her baby daddy?
Oh, gone.
Which one is it?
We don't know anymore. But now it's Willy Wonka. Kylie Jenner's dating Willy Wonka. There. It makes sense in this world we live
Kendall
in.
gay yet?
Who?
Kendall.
What about her?
Isn't she gay? Is she gay yet?
Well, I mean, allegedly there have been rumors.
Statistically.
But she's also with Bad Bunny, which is like...
Well, he's
allied
now. He got a GLAAD award, and I was like, what'd he do?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he be in open shirts that are frilly and...
Well, he took a picture the other day with his,
Friend
out.
Okay.
Like, it was like...
okay.
Then you put the flash on it, and you're like, oh.
God bless.
Yeah, he put his little carrot up there for everyone to see.
His friend. I mean, statistically, one of them kids got to be gay, right?
Well, you would think.
There's 6 of them.
1 in 4.
The number, come on, the numbers is off.
I know.
But maybe Caitlyn took all the juice.
Maybe.
It is a whole family.
It's a whole damn, commune of people.
So technically, if you got 6 kids and then 2 parents, that's 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 of them got to be gay.
You would think in this world, yeah, that 2 of them would be. I'm here for a gay Kardashian.
I'm here for gay Kendall.
A gay Kendall?
I could do it.
Well, I'm sure she'd be fucking sick. I think she'd be great.
It could work.
Mm-hmm. She'd be a lot more work, a lot more. And you know what? Maybe then she'd get a GLAAD award, and then she's like the hero of the year.
Oh.
It'll happen. Let's give it 2 years. But Amy Schumer was at the U.S. Open where she posted an Instagram photo of Nicole Kidman, and she has been accused of cyberbullying the actress.
What?
She sparked backlash when she shared a snap of Kidman watching the sporting event from the stands in a pink outfit. And she commented, "This how humans sit." Because she said that Nicole Kidman looked robotic. And everyone was saying that Amy Schumer has bullied Nicole Kidman. She was being mean. What do you think? I'm Team Kidman on this all the way. Don't come for my AMC Queen. Yeah, that was the picture. This how humans sit. First of all,
Scroll down.
Yeah, she said she looked like a robot.
I mean, listen.
She was a Stepford wife. Of course she looked like a robot.
Yeah, Amy Schumer was right.
Yeah, she
The
is
thing
a robot.
She's all wrapped up. She probably hasn't eaten a carb since the Reagan administration.
But sometimes heartbreak feels good in a place like this. I think she looks great. Don't come for... You know what? Every time I go to the movies, Nicole Kidman gets an applause break after that commercial. Every time I go.
That silly ass AMC thing?
Yes, and people
because nobody can understand what's happening.
She can't understand. I'm still baffled by the fact that she's never seen Jurassic Park. She's looking up at the screen like...
Right. It's very...
Yes, Jurassic Park, Lost World.
Listen, I think what the internet wants to do, it wants to be mad at comics.
Yes.
It wants to... First of all, cancel culture is not real.
It's exhausting.
It's not real.
How so?
Everyone who's been canceled is back and working.
Are they? Where have I been?
Look at it.
Oh, I've been in a feud. Yeah.
Aziz Ansari is working.
Yeah.
What's his face is working.
Louis C.K.?
Yes, him. He's working. Who's someone that got canceled who's not working? See, this is the thing. This is the problem with cancel culture. Cancel culture is not trying to take out the people it needs to take out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to take out major celebrities and rich people. No one's worried about the motherfucker at Pep Boys who's harassing all the female employees.
Oh, I see.
No one's worried about the manager of a Walmart who's asking people for sexual favors to get overtime.
Mm-hmm.
No one's looking at the people. No one's trying to protect the women and men of the people who aren't very fucking rich. That's why I was on stage one day. I was like, all these men now. I was like, well, you can't even talk to a woman. Sir, are you rich?
Well, I'm glad you're here because that's what I was going to talk to you about because we've got a whole bunch of things happening with couples. And over the weekend, we had this whole Danny Masterson thing where he was convicted for 30 years for allegations, 30 years to life in prison for raping two women, and he hid in Scientology. This has been in the news over the weekend a lot.
Listen, and Leah Remini is coming now.
Oh, if Leah Remini's coming for you, just pack your shit and go.
Listen, if I were ever to be in a fight, I want Drita DeVanzo, Leah Remini. Mm-hmm. If you have a white woman who's had acrylic nails since the late bro,
it's over.
I was talking about she had acrylic nails on Saved by the Bell.
Yes, Stacey Carosi.
Yes. She had an accent heavy.
Oh,
hard.
Yeah, Jersey Shore before the shore.
Truly.
Yeah. This story has escalated now into Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis getting involved because they were on the show with Danny.
Well, because they wrote character letters.
That's what I was going
for
at.
him during the trial.
Character letters, which just sounds... It sounds like a soap opera on like the Hallmark Channel.
This is all...
Right?
Beautiful.
Today on Character Letters.
Ooh.
Jake shows up late to the brunch.
This is giving me a very much hour and a half movie shot in Canada. Because they're always shot in Canada.
With a moon in the back.
Yes, so something in the back, a real crane situation. And then a male lead who's attractive, but something's slightly off.
Something's off. Something's not right.
Something's always like the brow is too heavy, the eyes are too small, he's too short. There's something like he could have been a leading man, and then something.
He went to work and came back different.
Right. But also just the actor himself. It's like he could have been a leading man, but his eyes are too close together.
Got it.
His eyes are too far apart.
Danny
His
Masterson.
nose is wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
So, truly, Danny Masterson. Well, he didn't do this. He's a nice guy. But why? I'm the one being accosted here. So why are you not coming in his face?
Yeah.
Going, well, because I'm always the aggressor. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is always the aggressor. They're always the victim. So for you to go for somebody, okay, well, he assaulted these women, but he's a nice guy.
Ugh, it's so weird.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
If there's proof that he assaulted somebody, nice guy or not, he was dead ass wrong.
Yeah. I get that. I just thought it was just a weird confession where they were like, oh, we wrote these character letters, and now Mila is getting into it because they were like, they had her as like a 14-year-old and she was being kissed by all the guys on the set, and which I you know, it was that 70s show, and I just feel like it was like, I
didn't know she was. I didn't know she was that young, and I didn't know they were that old.
Well, there was a weird interview that I saw recently with Craig Ferguson, and he was like, "Oh, you've kissed every guy on the set. How old are you now?" She's like, "I'm 19," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of the whore in the show or whatever." I just feel like it's very strange. Sharon Osbourne came out and said Ashton Kutcher's the rudest celebrity she's ever met. I know. So I just feel like it's interesting, like those two as well. Like they've been a power couple for a long time.
Because they weren't together, and and then he dated me more, and they got back together.
And now and then Christina Ricci.
What happened with her?
She came out and she was like, "We believe victims." Christina Ricci just came out of nowhere and was like, in response to this whole thing, and was like, "No." And I believe her. She's on Yellow Jackets. And she's the original Wednesday Addams.
That I do know.
I think she's...
Christina Ricci was like...
in support of the victims. She's like, hey, let's stop making... Like, here's the thing. When people jump in on stuff, like, here's the issue that I have, and then somebody jumps in and deflects what the real issue is... That's what I have a problem with.
Well, I think Christina Ricci did what she did is wrap it up and be like, hey, this is what we were talking about.
This is what we were talking about.
Y'all want to sit up.
We need more Christina Ricci's in our life.
I mean, but it also has to be, you have to deal with Perez Hilton is still doing things. God bless.
I know.
God bless. Perez Hilton's been on the scene since like what, 2006?
Yeah.
Girl, get your money.
Yeah.
Get your coin.
Get your coins.
When I watch a Real Housewives and like the bloggers, and I'm like, people are still blogging?
Mm-hmm. They still do it, yeah.
I think we can both say that it's so much easier to be a journalist now.
Because everybody has a voice.
Because everyone has the internet.
I'm on the news now. I was what was that? I was charting in the news podcast last week. I was beating Keith Olbermann. I was up there with like Morning Joe. I'm like, hey guys.
Well, I mean, we've both been on E a million times.
Yeah,
so I just come out. I mean, it's
that's the network, not the opioid ecstasy.
I'm so afraid of drugs.
Me too.
Listen, I took Dare in Miami. I'm very afraid of drugs. They told me way too much. But God bless these bloggers. But it's interesting because it's like things change so quickly in a news cycle now because of the interwebs.
Yes.
Where it's like I don't understand. I'm truly confused as to why we are always trying to make a celebrity feel bad for something.
That's why you're here today, because that's what I wanted to get into, because why are we obsessed so much? Why do people care so much?
Well, I think we've always cared about celebrities.
Yes.
Even before television, there were still people of note. There was still gossip. There've always been gossip pages.
Yes, but there was also glamour, heightened glamour.
There was heightened glamour.
Yes.
You had to step out looking a certain way. So that's why I think the paparazzi is such an evil thing. Also, social media requires people who should be focusing on their artistic endeavors and their craft and their family to continue to feed this bottomless pit of a beast. So it's now everyone in this. So it's like we don't do artist development of singers anymore because now it's like, well, how many followers do you have?
Right. Exactly. That's what drives me insane.
So it's like but then you see like good performers who are talented like Flyana Boss. Their running videos made them really big. And now it's like Janelle James just did a video with them. They just had a remix with Missy Elliott. And it's like those girls are very talented. And they were able to use social media to get their songs out and get themselves exposure. But it's also like those girls are talented. They shouldn't have had to have X amount of followers to be even considered. To be valid.
Yeah.
Which that I find very confusing because then it's like, well, if I was able to get all these followers and do all of this without a studio, and I can plan, and how many comics have planned tours without reps? It's like, do I really I can release music on the internet. I can set up my own tours. What are you here for?
Yeah. It is weird. Like I was walking down the street the other night and my friend was like, oh, what's his name? And I'm like, I don't know who that is. There's like, oh, he's 1 million followers on TikTok. And I'm like, what a brave person.
There's a girl I saw for a clip on a clip on Instagram, and somebody was like, there's a girl and a guy, and he goes, the way your mind works is amazing. And the girl goes, ADHD. which is hilarious.
Uh-huh.
And then I clicked on her, had no idea who she was. The fucking girl had 8 million followers on Instagram, and she's a singer. I had no 8 million people know who this girl is. And I'm like,
I'm not one of them.
I'm 40. I don't.
I'm like, I don't know you.
My titties are older than her. Why am I supposed to know who she is?
Not old titties.
I mean, listen, they can't. I've had let's see, if I'm 40, they got to be at least. Let's see. I started wearing a training bra in the first grade. Or C-cup boobs by like 4th grade. So I was like 9.
Okay.
So I don't remember not having a bra on.
Did you just do a titty timeline?
I did.
Okay.
Looking for my husband.
Oh. He's better be out there.
And he's late. I'll tell you that much. So wait. What is this? Wait,
now we're jumping. What? Yes. This is the new Take Your Daughter to Work Day.
Is he going to jail too?
No. Okay. I don't know. Ethan Hawke. He felt very comfortable directing his daughter, Maya Hawke. She was in Stranger Things. She's in a new movie called Wildcat. She looks just like, it's Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. She looks just like them. She's very cool.
Why does she look 40?
Well.
Oh, she's white. Never mind. Maybe it's the blazer.
Uma Ethan daughter. And she's like, the new Hollywood darling. However, Maya didn't have a problem with her dad directing her sex scenes in Wildcat, which I was just kind of wondering, this is when I'm like, oh, wow, Hollywood has just taken a turn.
Hold on.
Soak it in.
Hold on. Okay.
So she's 25.
Okay.
And Ethan says they were very comfortable doing it. He couldn't care less. He said that the men alongside his daughter thought it was weird for them. I'm like, well,
so
yeah.
So there was an intimacy coordinator.
Which I think would be the coolest job. I would love to be an intimacy coordinator. Just make sure everyone's comfortable and it looks kind of hot.
Yeah, my homeboy, he
is an intimacy coordinator?
No, he had to have one on a movie that he did because he had a very I want to say a hardcore sex. He had a sex scene, and there wasn't enough bed, so there's no blankets to hide under.
Oh,
so the girl was on a dresser, and then they were having sex. So you see him from behind, and so they have to figure out what is the best way.
How are we getting around this?
And eventually there was colored underwear, and they were like, let's try something else. And then there was a thong, and it was like, let's try something else. Because you kept seeing things. And then eventually it was just this cage thing. They have a thing to make sure that the man does not become erect. There's this whole cage thing, and it was well, that's kind of, and so
medieval? That like spikes inside the cage?
Obviously not. But it was I think eventually it just ended up a pouch. So you just looking like a Q at a party, just with a Crown Royal bag over your man parts. But you've never been to a party with the members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated?
I agree.
Thank you so much. Love those boys. Them and the alphas. But it's, this is.
Yeah, how would you think? Okay, so say your mom and you.
I think my mother just came to terms with the fact that I have sex.
Well, right. But I mean, what if you're like, Mom, I'm coming to set with me today. I'm doing this movie. And the director of the sex scene fell out. You're here. Can you direct my sex scene?
My mother go, oh, no. I don't think that's my job. I think there's nobody else they can call.
The Atlanta. You're the Atlanta.
That don't seem like something I should be doing. Can I come on another day?
On another day?
Can you call me a car? I'm going to go. We need somebody else. Did it say somebody else's job?
There's no one else, Miss Sloan. Sorry.
Listen, Mary Ann Hill is not, she's leaving.
Okay.
And she's going to tell me they need to hire. She's going to go to y'all. Y'all need to hire somebody for this. My daughter shouldn't be in these situations. You got my daughter in a situation where I have to direct? That don't even sound right. Who do we need to call to get this? Deuce, call your manager. We can get this fixed. Oh, no, my mother would not even allow any of that. She probably made me leave.
Yeah.
We're gonna go until y'all
weird.
are ready. So apparently, if there was an intimacy coordinator, what was he there for?
He was there to direct the scene. So the intimacy coordinator was making sure everything's working and everyone's happy and comfortable. But he was actually directing the scene.
But where's the director of the movie?
Good question.
He wasn't the director of the whole movie? I think if her mom was on set, I think people would be less weirded out about it.
Yeah. I think if Uma was there, she'd be like, let's go.
Also, I mean, Uma went through the nonsense that is Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
so maybe
Uma's got it.
She was like,
She took out Vivica's eyeball. She can do a sex scene.
And Vivica Fox, that's not a bitch you want to cross.
No, it wasn't Vivica. It was Daryl. Daryl Hannah's eyeball. Ethan did direct the movie.
She ultimately, so he directed the entire movie.
He directed the entire movie now of Wildcat, and he directed her in 2 sex scenes. So he's casting his own daughter in
You
the
casted
movie.
your daughter in a movie that you knew had 2 sex scenes?
Yes. I don't like it.
Next.
All right, next.
This is, no one likes it.
Okay, well, here's something that popped up today. Elon Musk and Grimes have 3 kids together. He recently just celebrated the birth of his 11th child, which is a lot of kids. I didn't know he had 11 kids. And he's giving advice to people, especially smart people. He only wants smart people to have children.
But dumb people get pregnant so much faster.
Well, I mean, what can you do?
Dumb people are very fertile.
Yeah. So he has 11 kids now.
From how many women?
I want to say 3 or 4.
How is he not being dragged like other people who have multiple children from multiple women being
Like
dragged?
Nick Cannon and all them? Yeah.
We're dragging Nick Cannon. Mm-hmm. He's got women from a bunch of kids. This motherfucker got women from kids from a bunch of women. Why are we not dragging him? He's got more kids than Nick Cannon.
I know. Well, now I didn't know that he had 11 kids. And now
also,
I know.
Aren't there names? Like one of the names is
Yeah, we'll go down the list because he just has a new one. He just had his new child over the weekend named Tau Technomechanicus, which, I mean, that doesn't sound like a smart person name. He also has XAEA-XII, Exa Dark Side Rail Musk.
Okay, listen. I know somebody at one point said that one of these kids' names was a password.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like they all are passwords.
But this is like the suggested password.
Like you can't create your own password.
No, because your password is going to be like,
your mom's maiden name.
Singleton 4352. Like, I grew up on the street and this was the number and no one's ever going to crack this code. But this shit.
A strong password.
Okay, so we've got Nevada Alexander, Griffin and Vivian, Kai, Saxon, and Damien.
I don't like Damien. And then those Strider, Azure. There's no way he remembers these names. No way.
Wait.
Look, he's sitting there like that. He's like, oh, God, I have 11 kids. Technomechanicus.
No, there's more kids from this lady.
He has 3 kids with Grimes. And then...
So there's the
He has a Canadian author, Justine Wilson.
But it seems like these women are overlapping.
Yes. I feel like they're overlapping.
A kid
He has IVF with the same woman. So yeah, he's got twins and triplets. So yeah, there's some that are multiple births. Yeah.
But then there's a 2020 and then there's 2021. Mm-hmm. Then Strider and Asher. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 kids. He had a baby from Grimes via surrogate in December of 2021. Mm-hmm. And then he had a set of twins from this woman at Neuralink in November of 2021.
Siobhan, yeah, Zillis.
So so the surrogate and Siobhan were pregnant at the same time.
Uh-huh. And that's okay. I know.
This is none of my business.
I know. It's just
none
so
of
much.
my business.
All right, moving along. This is a new thing. Emojis can cost you thousands of dollars or land you in jail. Yes.
Oh.
What used to be seen as an innocent, fun way of communicating could now carry huge legal risks as case involving emojis increase around the world. This is insane. Within the last decade, more cases involve the use of emojis have been accepted by courts as evidence in both criminal and civil cases, with extremely expensive consequences both here and overseas.
So if I text you, hey, let me get that gun emoji,
It's a water gun.
It's a water gun emoji. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, oh, I love this. Wait, ruled that an unsent text message on a mobile phone acted as a valid will. Mm-hmm. How do you see an unsent? I guess it was someone was in the middle of typing this while they were dying.
Well, the text message included a smiley face emoji, which left the judge satisfied that the deceased intended his unsent text message to operate as his final will. So it was he didn't send it. It was just in the
in the bar.
Yeah, in the bar. Isn't that insane? And look, okay, in 2018, a man in South Wales pleaded guilty to stalking, using a carriage service to menace, and breaching an apprehended violence order, an AVO, after he sent an emoji of a gun pointed at a head to his ex-partner. He later told her that it was just an emoji. You know I would never hurt you.
Lock his ass up. Lock him up.
But let's play a game. I want to play a game since you're here. What are your top 5 emojis in your phone?
Oh, let's see. I don't send them often.
I'm more of a meme or a
GIF.
A GIF, yeah. But I will play this game with you because I was like, I'm just curious. Okay. And it's the first row, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the top 6.
Okay, so I've got a heart.
Mm-hmm. Which color?
The red one.
Me too. That's my first one too.
Yee, we're such nice people.
Yeah.
And then I've got I've a couple of friends have had birthdays recently, so it's like the with like the confetti. And then this one, which I think is a hug.
Okay.
And then the smiling like, oh, but you can see the teeth.
Okay.
And then a tiger emoji, and then the eyes like, ooh, ooh.
Oh.
And then the smile with the little teardrop, like kind of embarrassing.
Like,
Yeah.
Good.
And then the next one is
That's your top 6?
Yeah, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
mine are different.
Okay.
I have the heart.
Yes.
I'm a little disappointed in myself for the second one.
What's the second one?
Guess what the second one is?
Eggplant!
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah!
The second one's an eggplant. Third one is an ear.
Never. Oh, the audience is listening.
I guess. I don't know.
Be digital. Okay.
Yeah. The fourth one is the smiley face that's like, "Whoa," that one.
Okay.
And then I have a camera flashing, and then I have a black heart. I'm going through something.
We live different lives.
I know. We are different. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, we've got weddings. This one broke every woman's heart, every gay man's heart. Chris Evans got married over the weekend.
Don't care. Next
You
story.
don't? Okay, next
Give
up.
a fuck.
All right. Well, Captain America, yeah, got married.
Bless him.
Bless him. Let's see. Robin Roberts is married.
Hallelujah. Give a shit. Keep going.
Okay, well, she was engaged for 18 years.
Hey, listen, sounds like a black lady who was engaged to a black man. And she was engaged to a white lady?
Probably.
Wow. 18 years? Oh, because she couldn't say anything.
Yeah, now you're just passing on
Now
her.
she's in the closet.
Oh, look.
Listen, she can get it too. Give a fuck. This shit is so rude.
Thank you. Okay,
This
good.
is so fucking rude. But like the way they're talking about it on Twitter, it was like, Joe Jonas.
Yeah, let's set it up.
Like Sophie Turner would put the remote on top of the fridge so he couldn't reach it.
That was funny.
She would get chairs so his legs would swing.
We're talking about the Joe Jonas, Sophie Turner divorce, which is insane because I was reading this story.
Weren't they married for like 15 minutes?
Yes. I mean, literally, I think it was like 4 years, I believe. Something like that. But they have 2 kids together. And the story came out that when she had her second kid, she's a lot younger. I believe she's 27. He's in his 30s. She didn't want to go anywhere.
So she had postpartum depression.
Yeah, and Joe was like, come on, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. So she was going out with him because he said so. But now, amid these, divorce rumors and ring cam footage and him taking off his ring in the concert and then putting it back on and him saying, oh, her partying lifestyle now, she's taking shots and all this stuff, people are like outraged with her. And people are saying, why is it okay? Why is it not okay for her to go out and have a fun time as a mom? Oh,
because mothers are supposed to be changing their children. Once you become a mother, you become a completely different person.
Yes.
And God forbid you enjoy anything.
Yes.
But also it's like, she can't suffer from postpartum depression because then she can't do what he wants to do.
Thank you.
And then she can't be suffering. She can't be trying to have a nice time after going through postpartum depression and going out with her friends because God forbid she's partying.
Right.
It's like when
But it's also like breaking the squeaky image of the Jonas Brothers because everyone's like, no, they're supposed to be like 3 really good, wholesome guys. And I'm like, just because you're wholesome doesn't mean you're bad behind closed doors.
Like, why are you talking shit?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And also, why do we care?
Well, because we could help the environment.
Yeah. We should be doing that.
But instead, we can worry about 2 people we've never met in their whole fucking marriage.
But it's interesting, though, because they have been so careful about not showing their kids, like, on social media. And then he took his kids to lunch the other day, and it was like, So I don't like how this is turning.
Because Kerry Washington doesn't put her kids on social media at all.
Who?
Kerry Washington.
Really?
I barely know what her husband looks like.
Yeah, I love that.
Her social media is about her and her job. You know she created live tweeting.
Did she?
When it comes the show Scandal, so to like help she started people live tweeting about the TV show while people tweeting at her and other people while the show was like on a Thursday night.
Like to live tweet it, yeah.
To live tweet it. She started that.
Good for her.
And now this became a thing that people do with all kind of TV shows. But I think she started live tweeting.
That makes sense. But since then, all these people are coming after Sophie, saying like, oh, she's a bad mom, whatever. This Nickelodeon girl named Alexa Nicholas claims that Joe Jonas asked for her nudes when they were teens. So...
What show is she on?
I don't know. Zoe 101. Zoe who gives a fuck? I don't know. She took to Twitter Friday to shade the Jonas Brothers frontman for allegedly seeking out the explicit photos despite maintaining a very wholesome public persona at the time. She said, we were teens, and let's just say he's the guy who wore a purity ring but asked for nudes. It's always the purity ring.
Oh, what did Bethany say? Bethany Frankel accuses Joe Jonas of spinning his and Sophie Turner's divorce. Let me tell you something. Bethany Frankel, she can't be there like, oh, she's a housewife everybody hates. That's not true.
Okay.
Everybody loves Bethany.
Okay.
Bethany, listen, when Bethany looked a grown woman in the face and said, go to bed, it's what that woman needed to hear. It's what we all needed to say. And also, Bethany is now trying to talk to SAG because apparently reality show stars aren't in SAG and don't get residuals.
Yeah.
And so now she's trying to change that, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
It is their show.
It is their show. Yeah, they are the talent on the show.
It's the legacies and the reunions and all of that stuff.
All of that stuff.
It is interesting.
So yeah, Bethany Frankel says Andy Cohen, Bravo, despise her for union efforts. They have to protect the realm. Listen, Andy Cohen came up with one idea and then blew up. And it is that whole thing, it almost puts me like in a Tyler Perry kind of mind of stuff where it's like, as in, you created a thing, and then your idea blew up, and you were able to make this branch off into different spin-off.
Yeah.
Because Bravo used to just be a network that showed like
I couldn't even remember what Bravo was before Bravo.
They had a show on there years ago where it was like, because I think Lisa Ray was on this show, where it's like you were.
Who? Lisa Ray? Who's Lisa Ray?
You know Lisa Ray. She was in Players Club. She's the Brat's half-sister.
Oh, I'm thinking of Rachel Ray.
No. Where it was following actors, and so it was a reality show about actors like going auditions and waiting for that big part or whatever.
Yes.
Like Bravo used to be like kind of like Ovation, Ovation TV, where it's like, let's talk about like the arts and shit like that. And
Inside the actor's studio.
Right, shit like that. And then and all of a sudden it's like, well, what if we just did a show? But I think it came about during the first strike.
Yeah.
Like, not the first strike, but like the strike in 2008, where it's like unscripted. So it was like, what if we put on a show about housewives?
And then boom. And you know what's so funny? It's like the reunions, how they were just like in like a Talbot's dress. And now they're just like full drag.
It's nuts. Have you ever heard Trixie Mattel? I heard Trixie Mattel say.
I just did her podcast last week.
I love her.
I do too.
Trixie one day said like, women have too much makeup on. Because like all of the makeup now, because like I remember like to see what like teenage girls get to wear as makeup to school. Oh. They wouldn't have let us in the school.
There's nothing more terrifying than teenage girls with makeup on now.
First, like, because I heard Trixie say it's like all these women look like drag queens. Yeah. Because they're using the techniques that drag queens use, or it's like stage makeup. And it's like if you are a regular person walking into, if you're sitting in an office all day, you don't need to be contoured for the gods.
I mean, yeah. But my favorite, though, is watching, like, makeup influencers. They get, like, all the weird stuff. Like, I'm obsessed with the new one where it's, like, a stencil for your eyebrow. They're like, and now we're just gonna... And they take it off, and it's like...
Listen.
I don't even wear makeup.
I think it's genius. Like, here's because drawing eyebrows in... And we are both of a certain age where eyebrow drawing in was a time. Yeah. And it took a lot of people out.
Yeah. We were live before contouring.
Oh yes, when you would pluck out, because like I'm so glad that like I remember in high school all the girls were plucking their eyeballs. It was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh yeah, the tiny Christina Aguilera brows.
And I'm like, I don't. One day when I got to one of these eyebrow hairs that's in the middle, and I pulled it and I felt it in the back of my head. I was like, I'm just gonna have to have these eyebrows. Yeah. And then now, 20 years later, fucking
Ursula, Melissa McCarthy eyebrow.
Right. And now it's a thick, full eyebrow.
I
I'm
love
like,
a thick, full eyebrow.
bitch, I'm so glad I didn't participate. So wait, why are we coming for Kamala? What
Because
happened?
here's the thing. We're talking about dance moves, okay? I went out last night. Okay?
Ooh.
I went out last night. I had a friend from out of town come in from New York City, and we went out to dinner to this place called Great White, which is so great on Melrose. And it's like the Shark. I don't know why, but it is.
What they serve?
Like everything, burgers, pizzas.
American fare.
American fare. American fare.
American fare.
And it was great. We had some good food. Then we went out. I was like, yeah, let's go to WeHo. And I'm like, oh, no. And so we went out to WeHo. And we went to this bar called Revolver. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
I've heard of it.
It's a revolving door. I walk in. 2 seconds after I spin through the revolving door, I have hands on my chest. And this guy's like, hi, daddy. And I'm like, oh. I'm in my daddy era. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with my daddy era.
Listen, I found it at a party the other week. It was some day party, and it was for Tony Rock's birthday. And the DJ went, shout out to all the rich aunties out there. And I was like, and I looked at my friend, Courtney B, who's another comic. She's amazing. She's on Wild 'N Out. Check her out. I was like, Courtney, am I a rich auntie? She's like, yeah, what else did you think you were?
Rich auntie?
I said, first of all, bitch, don't you do that to me.
Okay.
But have I given friends, like legitimate friends, a birthday card with $100 in it? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Am I always buying my friends a meal? Yes.
Yeah. And so this happened not once, but 2 other times in the same place where someone's like, damn, daddy. And I'm like, oh my God. And like my friend can hear me and he's like, what is going on? I'm like, I have no idea. I never come out to these clubs.
Okay, this is the thing. I have been calling men daddy when they were in their 20s.
Okay.
So I think daddy is just like a thing. I mean, I recently called a man daddy last week, but he was 40, so he earned it. But I can say, I have, what also is weird is calling a man daddy who has kids.
Because he is a dad.
And I was like, is this weird for you? He was like,
my kids do it all the time.
nah, he didn't say that. He was like, I was like, this is weird for you. He's like, I know the difference. I know the difference. So it's not weird. I was like, I think it's odd. But it's, I think it could be weird for you. I think as
someone who used to be just a young twink.
But aren't you kind of big for a twink?
I have never been more insulted.
I mean, tall.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I thought twinks were little men.
No, I was a slender twink.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about height.
No, I mean, you could be a tall twink.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you learn stuff on this podcast.
I'm not a gay man.
Well...
I mean, the way that I love a dick.
But it was funny, though, because...
Can only be countered by a gay man.
As we were walking out of the club... it happened again. And my friend goes, just embrace your new daddy era. And I go, fine. Everyone go to bed. It's Sunday. It's Sunday night. Go to bed. You have school tomorrow. Go to bed. I was like, send the children home.
Where is their bus?
Yeah. Go home.
Go home. Honestly, that is how you truly embrace your daddy era. Hey, do you need...
Oh, yeah.
How's your dishwasher?
It's great. You know what? I listen to Mom Jeans on Sirius XM. It gives me life.
It's so weird.
Vanessa Williams.
I only listen to a few podcasts. Yours, of course.
Thank you.
And then this other podcast called All Fantasy Everything.
Okay.
And it's Ian Carmel, David Bory, and Sean Jordan. And they do fantasy drafts of just everyday stuff.
That's funny.
So I just was on it a few weeks ago. We did a fantasy draft of words you say with your chest. Or it's like, and then like, or they had another draft of like chips or stuff on like the freezer aisle or like places to sleep that on a bed, places to pee. So they have like over 300. I think you'd be great on it. I think you should hit up Ian Carmel.
Yeah, hit me up. I would love to do. Draft me.
Solomon's done it a bunch of times.
I need to get him on here.
Blair's done it. Shane Torres is always on it.
I'll totally hit him up.
Shane Torres, they call him sampler platter. They drafted, I guess, trash snack foods, and Shane said sampler platter. And the fans of the show, if they're in a city and they see Shane at a restaurant, if that restaurant has a sampler platter,
they send it
to his
God, I need that. See, that's what I need to do. Embrace the daddy era.
Yes.
And get like fans to send me stuff. By the way, if there's fans listening, I want like 2 cabinets. Send like little knickknacks and like fan art. I would love that.
Okay.
What?
I hate
Not fan art. Just like tchotchkes.
Yes, because I hate fan art.
Yeah, I don't want like my face. Like, yeah.
Terry Bloss, who's someone that I follow on Instagram. He's a very amazing artist and illustrator. He has the only fan art of myself that I have ever liked.
Oh.
Everyone else who draws me, I'm like, how many chins do you think I have?
Thank you. I mean, I get it. I have big hair, but I don't need it like, you know.
Like, you're not Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. More like Johnny Bravo. I could do that. Speaking of daddy era, we have Kamala here. She's getting mocked. She's getting mocked for her, they're calling her granny moves. I think it's more auntie moves. And she was,
Okay, I feel like that this is not black people mocking her.
Fair.
I feel like because if you are a black person.
Wait, look, Anthony Bryan Logan. What an embarrassment. I'm sure other countries are having a field day with her in this video. The only person on the planet. Let's see, what are they saying? Hold on.
Embarrassment, really?
The only person on the planet that makes me look like a great dancer. Thanks, Webby Dedden. Whatever that means.
Listen, it's...
Oh, yeah, Kamala Harris with the granny moves at her 50th anniversary of hip-hop parties. You know what?
Was he invited?
No, that's why.
One, this sounds like haters. 2, she's a woman of a certain age.
Mm-hmm. And it's the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. She's entitled.
Also, there's nothing wrong.
Look at her.
What's worse, she's dancing with this raggedy, like this dude behind her with the goofy sweater on.
Yeah, she's looking like Lisa Frank, like she's giving like early 90s. These
aren't granny moves.
No, that's how I dance now.
She's having a great time. Yo, fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
This is just really rude.
Leave Kamala alone. She's
on beat. I don't even know what the song is, but I know she's on beat.
Do we know what the song? Let's guess the song. Okay.
I don't know, some hip hop, a hip to the hippity nonsense.
You think it's that one?
Oh, God, I hope not.
I want to say
Thank God hip hop is like, there's a video of Hannibal Buress with T-Pain. Y'all have to pull that up. It is the funniest fucking thing. Hannibal Buress is if you literally just Google Hannibal Buress and T-Pain, it is one of the funniest fucking things. So Hannibal Buress is talking about the early days of hip hop and how the music used to sound. I'm so glad it's I mean, listen, from that to 21 Savage and Drake is wild. But fucking to Ice Spice.
Look.
But
dance into this.
Listen, you get do. See, look.
Yep. We went to the park. Yep.
You can tell she's dancing on beat because how the guy that's next to her is clapping.
Mm-hmm.
So every time he claps, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And you know she's a gay ally because she does this.
Right.
She's like, but I see you. And I do this in the club too. No, actually, I have a friend of mine who does this. This is when she knows she's drunk. When we know she's drunk in the club, she does this.
The question is she doing the gays or the gays doing her? But yeah, she's on beat. She's having a great time. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And you were invited to the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So boo.
Boo.
Stick to Twitter, troll. All right. Now, this just makes me laugh. So the police rushed to reports of a ritual mass murderer, but it was not a murder. It was just a yoga class.
Were they all just laying down?
Yes. So this yoga teacher turned out the lights toward the end of one of her classes in Britain this week, and her hope was to encourage peaceful relaxation. Namaste. What a wonderful class. Let's just dim the lights.
Right.
What followed could not have been further from her intention. Soon after the class was over, a massive police siren shattered the peace as officers raced for the venue where the class was being held. They were responding to a call from a member of the public worried that there had been a mass killing at the studio in the coastal resort of Chapel St. Leonard. Millie Laws, who runs Unity Yoga, was teaching the class at the observatory in the village, which also doubles as a community space.
Art gallery and exercise studio. Come on, multi-use.
Yes, and if anyone heard the massive police sirens in the town at 9:30 p.m., then they must be reassured. They were on their way to the observatory after someone who reported a mass killing where they saw several people laying on the floor, which actually turned out to be the yoga class in meditation. Okay. So you saw a bunch of people
laying on the floor. And you were like, they have to be dead.
It has to be a mass suicide.
They have to. This is Jonestown.
Yes.
All over again.
All over.
I guess it's England, so they didn't drink the Kool-Aid, they drank the tea.
This coastal seaside.
This coastal seaside town. You thought someone came to your resort town. And then they were like, this is where I'm going to take out all of my followers.
Yeah, everyone's in like aloe yoga wear, Lululemon.
Everyone's in their Fabletics.
The Lululemon killer.
Yes, the fucking Fabletics assassin.
And they turn around and they look over and they ask the instructor, they're like, excuse us, ma'am, can you put your hands in the air and turn around? And it's Nicole Kidman. And she's looking at us and she says, because here they are. AMC theaters.
So weird. So weird.
It's so stupid. Does this person get in trouble for like calling the police?
Well, do the police in a resort town do much?
I don't know. Some coastal British sea?
It's like, well, I'm the captain of Chapel St. Leonard's.
Oh.
And it's like,
I love that it says the call was made with good intentions.
So no one got in trouble.
No one got in trouble. They all had a good laugh and a spot of tea afterwards and went down to the local pub and had a pint.
Could you imagine just being like, just coming in with the SWAT team?
Could you imagine? Everyone get down on the ground. I said downward dog. Downward dog. Put your hands on your head and fucking child pose now. Yeah. Scorpion leg now.
But could you imagine a guy walking up going, I've taken a class here before.
I
think it's just a yoga class.
don't know. This is really relaxing.
Captain,
Captain.
just throwing this out here. DI, just throwing this out here. What if we're at the community center? What if it's just a yoga class? What do you mean? What if it's just a yoga class and everyone's in meditation, just laying on the floor? They could be dead or thinking.
Or relaxing.
They could be on the floor just having a bit of a nap.
Yeah, was there a sound bath involved?
Also, it's 9:30.
It's 9:30. Guys, we have a mass killing scheduled for this room after this yoga class. Could you guys wrap it up? That'd be great.
I mean,
maybe they double booked the room and they like.
Sir, I know I haven't been on the fast for long. I just got here to old Scotland Yard, but I really just think. My wife's in that class.
Yeah. She'll be done in a little bit.
She just texted me to take the chicken out the freezer. I think they might be alive.
Yeah.
You really think they're dead? Or they could be anything. These new age types. Or they're just having a bit of a lie down.
Yeah.
On the floor.
It's an exhausting world we're living in these days.
And just the one, I just wanted to be like one, just a new one. It's just a young guy like, this is just. How do I tell them it's just yoga?
Yeah, like they don't know. Like it's like, oh, I'm the chief of police here. I've been on the board for 35 years.
I get it. You're the detective inspector, but I don't think you're inspecting the fact that they're just laying down.
I don't know. It looks like a cult to me.
Well, they all are in the same color. But I've got to tell you, I think they're just lying down.
I've seen crazy things on the force.
Yeah, but this is just tiny candles made near people.
They're breaking a sweat. I don't trust it. I do.
The most it could be is a fire hazard. That one's hair's kind of loose. But other than that, I think they might be all right.
Yes. And scene.
Thank you. That's what an $85,000 theater degree will get you.
That was so good.
We did a good job. No student loans, baby girl.
We went from what is it? Character.
There was a full character development. There was a character arc.
Wait, what was the character thing that Ashton did? The character pages? What did they do? Milan, what are they called?
Oh, the actors pages?
No. What they did, the character.
Oh, the character. The character letters.
Character letters, which is the new show to Yoga Police Force.
Yoga Police Force.
In the British UK. So once the strike is over, we can write those.
British Police Force.
And put them out into the universe. Dulce, thank you so much. Where can everyone follow you and experience your comedy, which is so wonderful?
Thank you. Well, I'm all over Al Gore's internet. You can find me at Instagrams and the TikToks with other people stealing our material.
Oh.
And are we still on Facebook?
I have a Facebook group. I have my Facebook group, the Just Saying Just Sayers. Yeah, so I'm on there for them. So yeah.
But yeah, mostly Instagram. I'm on it Threads because we don't know what to do with it yet.
We don't know what to do with it.
But it's fun because like people don't have a lot of followers yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's at Dulcé Sloan on everything. Actually, I had a couple of groups. I had a group from college called Dulcé Sloan is my mom.
Okay.
And I started a group when I moved to LA the first time in 2016 called You Can't Swim With Us.
Oh, I remember that.
Ah!
I remember
what
that
a
one.
scandal it
What
was.
a scandal that
what
was.
a pure scandal. Oh my God, the number of comics trying to get in it was crazy. See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to be famous to be notorious.
That's true if we learned anything today.
Because everybody was trying, and I'm telling you, it was me and Madison Shepard, a great comedian, look her up, and Danielle Perez, also an amazing comedian. We're all actresses and comedians. And we started this group because it was like, listen, we're going to be plus-size bitches in two-piece bathing suits at somebody's pool. And we couldn't let everybody show up.
Yeah.
Everybody couldn't be informed of it. And when I say I looked up one day and saw 40 fucking requests. And me and Danielle and Madison were like, well, not him. And there was one guy, and I was like, yes. And they were like, no. And I was like, I'm sorry, friend. I was outvoted.
Outvoted.
I can't let you in.
Can't swim with us.
You can't swim with us. Mind you, none of us had a pool where we lived. I technically didn't have a place to live. Danielle's mom had a pool. So that was very exclusive. Only to like the true girlies of You Can't Swim With Us. But I was like, we might need to bring this back.
You should.
I mean, truly.
It's time for a reboot.
Time for a reboot. Because my next house will have a pool. And I'm telling you, not everybody going to have my address.
I will.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yes,
This is so
of course.
fun.
Yes, thank you so much, Dulcé. We'll see you next time here on Just Saying with Justin Martindale. Bye.